I didn't always love reading. When I was a kid, I had a really hard time getting interested and hooked in books. I would start them, I would fizzle out about halfway through, I wouldn't feel connected to the stories, they wouldn't match my interests, I was just reading what was assigned or the first book that I picked up off the bookshelf. It wasn't until my second grade teacher sat me down with 6 hand picked books for me, my interests, my culture, my identity, my history, and I got to look through them and choose which one most interested me. And to be honest, I had a really hard time choosing, and that's what made me become more of an avid reader. I had a list of books that I wanted to try, that I wanted to get my hands on and dive into the stories. She chose books that were a little below my reading level because I was such a hesitant reader, and that would make it so I wouldn't end up getting frustrated or annoyed with words that I wasn't able to understand, because that was a lot of my issue before, was getting frustrated quickly and not having anything that I was interested in the material. So this experience for me as a second grader fostered such a love for learning that in my adulthood you can see some of the bookshelf behind me full of these books that I love and I've read and I've dove into their stories. And this is something that I want to bring and foster in my classroom. I believe that students who don't like reading just haven't found the right book yet. That's why getting to know your students and their interests and their identities and their cultures is so important, so that I can make great recommendations that are going to make them hooked and make them want to read the next story that's going to make them feel that way and feel connected to the material and learn something new about something outside of their world. If you invest in me, then you're not just giving me books, you're giving me a way to build a classroom that's going to make every student feel valued and excited to read, and for every student to be able to walk up to the bookshelf and see themselves reflected in the stories, in the titles, in the covers, and the authors, and everything in between. It's investing in a culture in a classroom and not just in books. And I can't wait to be able to create that safe space for my students through literature.